What's up, YouTube? How are you guys doing? I'm here with another commentary for you guys. This is tournament gameplay, quarterfinals of the 4v4 MLG Premium tournament. This is my team Takeover versus SmokeD, which is Nex, Embos, J-Rich, and Remedies. Right off the start, as you can tell, we're playing it very slow. I'm camping. We're making sure that they make the first mistake. I'm just watching minibar rush, and pretty much hole in the wall. That's really what everyone does. And see right here, I already caught one. I called him out to Patron. Patron's helping me get him. But I ended up getting the kill. Embos, made the first mistake by rushing, and that's what you really want to do in Arcadin, whatever you guys want to call it, tomato. I call it Arcadin one day, and people will always, criticize me and say it's Arcadin, and then I'll finally say Arcadin, and then, another group of people will say it's Arcadin. But whatever you call it, what you want to do is play it slow. Make sure that they make the first mistake and you want to camp. Let them set up, stun check all the corners, and grenade, common 3P spots like I did right here with billboards. So what we did is, we took out Embos in the beginning, and then I let my team push up slowly. We ended up getting B control. I ended up taking up J-Rich right here. And so that's what you really want to do. As you can tell, we do that in SND a lot. We play it very slow compared to other teams who rush. And it'll work sometimes, but that's not how you want to play SND. You don't want to rush and play on luck. You want to set it up, get setups, routes, and basically outstrat your opponents. And that's what we do here. I go top B off the bat. We put 3B and 1A just in case they rush A plant. And the guy at A usually has a thermal light machine gun. That's what Umper is using right now. And right off the bat, what you want to do is, what I do is stun the top left so they don't rush. And right here I got a cool two-piece. Once Patron got taken out of help desk, you want to back up because there's so many entrances to B. They can come from stairs, paint, or eskies, or even top ledge, window. So right here, I play a little defense, go on the back of the spawn, and hopefully they make the first mistake. So it's me and Umper alive right now. I think there's 2 alive too on their team. No, there's only 1 alive. But he plants A, and right here what I do is I camp it out because I thought he would do a lap from either our stairs or from those eskies right there, and I was correct. So I outsmarted Embos right there. Let him rush me instead of me just keep sprinting and getting picked off. That was a big kill. So me and Umper basically just smushed them. Umper was watching our spawn, and I kind of watched the lap from middle map. It's already 2-0, really quick rounds. So, we already camped on offense the beginning round. So we got to play a little different. I think right here we rush more, especially in offense. With offense, we want to take risks and chances. Anyways, anyways, check out those stuns, guys. I learned that a couple days ago. You can just throw stun through that window, and it pretty much stuns from bar, so they can't really rush you. I think 2 of them rushed A right here, so I was playing more cautious. Yeah, I expected that rush right there. Right now it's 1-on-1. We all got picked off besides me and Nex, so me and Nex are 1-on-1. I know Nex is using a submachine gun, and he knows I'm using an assault rifle. And I am on offense, so every time you're going against a submachine gun player, they're going to move a lot more usually. So that's why I use this to my advantage. In my head I was like, he's going to be running around since he can run faster and longer distances. So, I play it slow. I have 1.5 minutes, over 1.5 minutes to basically wait for him to make a mistake. So I do camp the spawn a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure, he can't flank me. Because, I know how Nex plays, and he's usually flanking all the time. See right here, he's already a minibar trying to flank me stairs. So right here, I know he's using a submachine gun, and I know he knows where bomb is, and there's only 1 minute left, so I try to cut him off as fast as I can. I was extremely aggressive right here, and I played this very smart, completely outsmarted him. And I remember his reaction. I think Embos was telling me how Nex was like, what was I doing? What was I thinking right here? But whatever, I outsmarted him. And I basically just cut through the map to get him. That was a really big kill because, it would have been 2-1 if he won the round. But putting us to 3-0 gives us a 75% chance of winning, and they can only get 25% chance now. So that was a big round. So right here we try to close it out. Space is going to rush minibar. I make sure to keep control of top stairs so they can't rush us. And usually what you do, you want to go behind this head glitch. I almost got 2 kills, but I got headshotted. And right here, we kind of fall apart. It's 2v1, I think. I think it's Remedies and J Rich versus Umper. And Umper has a light machine gun. Yeah, he gets taken out real quick. He gets cleaned up. You know, once the people know what you have and what you do, they can kind of like figure out where you're going. Since Umper used a light machine gun, they knew he was in our spawn watching A, since he's done it the previous rounds. So it's pretty easy for them to clean that up right there. 3-1, and you know, we don't want to mess this up. So right here, I play extremely slow. I just wait for the other team to make a mistake. You know, I throw a smoke at A-bomb so they think we're rushing A. And I'm just waiting for my team to either make the first move, which they, you know, they play it really smart. They play it very slow. You know, Umper gets the first blood, big kill. Always the biggest kill in the round is the first blood, because it just really sets up the momentum. Obviously, the last kill is also important, but in the beginning of the rounds, 2 down already, and you know, it's 4v2, so in my head I'm just thinking, you know, I'm just going to camp them out. They might rush paint, you know, they're getting desperate. It's 3-1, it's 4v2, they might just rush and just kind of be careless and reckless or whatever. So I kind of speeded up here because I was camping for a cool minute, as you can tell. About, you know, minute 15 seconds, I just end up pushing up and kind of realize they're not going to push us. So right here is we get aggressive. You know, I have the bomb, so I go first, which I shouldn't, but I'm just usually the aggressive player on the team, especially on Takeover. I spray there because it's a, you know, a 3P spot. People usually go there and just 3P around the corner. And right here, I just, you know, kind of thought he was in help desk, so I kind of fake planted, and you know, his teammate called him out that I'm planting. He didn't come out, but I barely saw him right here, and he was in garage. So right now it's 4v1. You know, we're gonna close this out. We're gonna make sure no one, you know, that one guy can't clutch it. Next is in their spawn. He took out Spacey, so now it's 3v1. We know where he is, so it's really hard for him to clutch. Yeah, he gets cleaned up real quick. You know, Umper with that light machine gun and the head glitch on Eskies. X has a, you know, really low chance of winning that. And you know, that gun isn't banned, but it is banned on all lands. You know, any Call of Duty lands you go to, that gun is banned because it's just really overpowered. And but I do suggest you guys use it in those tournaments because it's really handy, especially in arcade, and you can just camp back A with it. It's like a laser. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I go 9-1. You know, went ham on Nexus team. And I'm gonna have more commentaries for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed.